Hello, friends. I am so excited to talk to you today on 11/11. Today is a very powerful day for you to set intentions, to get clear on what you want to manifest and create into your reality, not only for the end of the year, but for the new decade as well. Hi, I am Tracy. If we haven't met, I am an intuitive success coach helping you get clear at a soul level on what matters to you, what legacy you're here to leave, and what you are meant to lead in yourself and in your business as you get clarity and you create at a deep and empowered level on what you are meant here to bring to yourself, to your reality, to others, through creation, through manifestation, both from yourself and your power center, but also in conjunction with source energy. And bringing in that faith piece and bringing in that spirituality, because I truly believe that we are here, we are soul beings in a meat body here for a limited period of time. It's very much an experience, a journey of the soul, which I call the gifted soul experience. We are here to rise to new levels of how we're creating and manifesting in the world, what we are open to receiving and giving, and really practicing and mastering that, not only from a belief level of what's possible for us, but also what we allow ourselves to really show up and shine and own ourselves, our energy unapologetically, own our gifts and our presence, and really allow ourselves to play, have fun, and create experiences and feelings that really matter to us and isn't just some cookie cutter approach to what traditional success has been. That is an outdated paradigm. We are here to create and experience success from the inside out based on what matters to us. That is true sacred creation, and that is what we're talking about today. Today is a powerful day to create. It's 11/11 energy. The number 1 is the number of new beginnings, fresh starts, and creation. I'm talking to you today about creation from the space of not only what you are creating and what you feel called to create, but also allowing yourself to be open and receptive to the energy of, I don't know everything that I need to know, but I am open to holding the vision for what I do know to be true. I may know what that looks like exactly, but I don't know how to get there. I may not know exactly what that looks like, but I have a sense of how I want it to feel. And even outside of that, maybe it's like I know within like 3 or 4 things that what I want to do, what I want to create, what I want to receive, but I'm not 100% clear, right? And so manifesting is, all manifesting truly is like what you're focusing on, what your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your energy, what that is all culminating to, and then what is showing up in your field. I am talking to not only at a personal level in your life, but particularly I work with business owners, women in business. And so when we talk about traditional creation, we have this idea that it is something I need to go do, and I'm in charge of it, and I have to put it all together. And while that is true, and that is part of it, there's a whole other piece that we tend to forget about when we are creating, and that is truly being open and receptive to setting our ego aside for a moment and saying, I don't know everything that I want to create, or I have an idea, but I don't know how, or I have like some ideas, but I don't know exactly what it is. And giving yourself the grace and really allowing yourself to call in and say, okay, divine beloved, I don't know. I don't know. It's frustrating me, and I don't know. Just really own that for a moment, because we truly are not here to know every bit, every moment of what we're meant to create, what we're meant to experience and call in. Like, no one has been given the true awareness of what it is, right? It is there, it's within you, it's at a deeper level, but it is buried upon conditioning. It is buried upon these expectations, these have tos and shoulds. And then also at the same time, it's attached. It's attached to what we think will get us what we need. And so all those things cloud our judgment. And actually, I think it is truly a gift that we don't know everything that we are meant to call in and create, manifest, and put out into the world, right? But we do know this. We have our own energy. Our energy is a gift to ourselves and the world. You know what it's like when you're experiencing that feeling of excitement, that experience of I haven't yet experienced this, but I want it. And that true feeling of desire that feels juicy, it feels exciting, it feels expansive. And we also know what it feels like to say like, well, I wanted that and I didn't get it, or I did that and that sucked. Like, I wish I didn't do that. And, you know, that is also like you are creating and focusing on that. And what you focus on grows, right? So here's the thing, like the biggest thing you could do today when you are focusing on what you want to create and call in or what your part is, and then also opening yourself to say, hey, divine beloved, I need some help with this. Like, I'm going to be okay with not knowing. I'm not feeling super great about it, but I'm going to allow myself to truly be open to like, what wisdom does God have for me? What wisdom does divine beloved have for me? I don't need to know all the answers. I just need to know that I am in control of my emotions. I get to focus on what I want to experience. And today is a powerful time to focus on like, what do I want to experience? What do I want to create? What do I want to offer up as far as my energy? When I'm in relationships with other people, how do I want to show up? One of the most like powerful things I ever heard was Oprah Winfrey once talked about this on the Oprah show. And I can't remember who shared it with her, but she had a sign made that said, beware, or not beware, it was be aware, not beware, be aware of the energy that you bring into this room. And she held it like it was on a sign in her office. And I think that is so powerful. And that's truly like where it all begins, right? Like, what? Be aware of like, how am I feeling? What is my intention? What do I want to experience? What do I want the other people that I am sharing the room with to experience, right? And that is the most powerful way you can control and experience success, the traditional method. Like, that is what you are responsible for. And it's totally okay to not feel great 100% of the time. It's totally okay to be in the experience of processing something that you need some time to process, right? This isn't about holding this happy energy and, oh, I better get it right. Today's the day. I really need to be focused on what I want to create or manifest, which again, manifest simply is, I have a vision for it. Right? I'm not the only creator in the room. There's me and there's the divine beloved, right? And we're together co-creating. That's manifesting. And then what you see in your reality is the outcome of your energy, beliefs, intention. And I'm not one of those that believes like that you have to be happy all the time, that you have to do it right and perfect. We're in this relationship with the divine beloved. And like any relationship, it is a give and a take. It is this flowing back and forth of like, okay, I'm willing to admit I don't have all the answers. I don't need to do it all alone. And then really feel into the relief of that. Like, isn't that amazing? Like, we don't have to do it alone. We're not meant to do it alone. We're not meant to get it right all the time. But we can focus on what we want, and we can focus on what we're willing to devote our time to. And we can hold space for those unknowns and that uncertainty and really just offer it up. and let that be part of your intention setting today and every day. But today in particular, it's such a powerful energy that you are being invited to really get intentional about, what do I want to call in through the rest of the year? What do I want to create? What do I want to devote my time to? Where am I struggling? Where don't I know all the answers? Where can I set it aside? And what do I really need to know right now in order to move forward? Those are the important questions about creating with intention. It's not about getting it all perfect. It's not about this happy, need to be high vibe energy. It's the state of acceptance of, I am where I am. I'm grateful for where I am. I'm grateful for all that I have today. I don't have to figure it all out. Sigh relief. Isn't that amazing? Hey, thank you for joining me, Ingrid. I appreciate you. Good to see you today. And when you really breathe into that energy of like, okay, don't have to figure it all out, then you can really allow yourself to begin to experience that true feeling of excitement without the pressure of, I have to figure it all out right now, because you don't. Imagine you were planning a trip, right? You don't just go from, you can hop on a plane, you can't go to the airport and say, I want to go here and fly, right? But isn't it fun and juicy to plan the trip? Isn't it fun and juicy to like research a little bit about other people that have been where you want to go? Isn't it fun? Like if there's three places you want to go, to kind of like allow yourself to, what would it feel like to be there? I wonder what that would look like. I wonder what there's to do there. Oh my gosh, this is so good. And then the experience of planning and creating your trip is as fun as actually getting to the place where you go for the trip and booking the trip and getting excited about what's to come. That's the energy you get to hold today without having to know every single step of the way. Play into your possibilities today and really work with the energy. Offer it up and allow yourself to say, don't have all the answers. I would love some clarity around this. Divine Beloved, please send me some clarity. And look and wait and see what happens. I myself had this inquiry last night. And I love that, Ingrid, that you said that about Disney. That's such a good example. And isn't it fun to play into it with the kids and other people as well? Like it's fun to really like marinate in it, right? And so last night I was feeling a little frustrated that I wanted to do something in my business and I didn't have 100% clarity on it. And again, like dropping the resistance is sometimes the hardest part. So I was like, all right, I offer it up. It wasn't like, I offer it up, thank you. I was like, again? I don't know. Like, right? There's a resistance. And finally I was like, fine. Help me, please. Like, I'd love some information now. Anyways, couldn't sleep. So at about 10:30 last night, I'm scrolling on Facebook, which I try not to scroll and pick up the phone, but I had the phone. I was feeling a little antsy. I come across this sponsored Facebook ad that is inviting me to listen to a podcast between two women who are in business. And it happens to be someone that I follow and admire, and she's talking all about her business plan. Actually, Ingrid, you're the one that recommended this podcast to me, which is escaping my brain right now. But so I subscribed to that podcast, Ingrid, and so I think because I did that, I showed up as a sponsored ad with her, and it just was a click to like an invitation to listen to a podcast between her and it was Brooke Castillo. That was the episode that I listened to. And anyways, it got so much clarity about this missing piece of what I wanted to do and how I wanted it to look. I knew how I wanted it to feel, and I knew I was overcomplicating it. with my creative mind, and I didn't want it to be complicated. I wanted to create, I wanted to manifest, I had the intention, I'm all in on the devotion, but I knew I was throwing so many complicated, topsy-turvy, which sometimes it's fun for me to create that way. Sometimes I like the challenge, but I was like, oh my gosh, this does not have to be as complicated as I'm making it. Right? Like, help me figure this out because it's blocking me from what I want to create. And because I was in a state of resistance, and I've been in a state of resistance around this one piece for, oh gosh, at least the whole quarter of my business. It was listening and finally offering up that I give up, like surrender. And then not even less than an hour later, I'm led to this podcast. I'm listening to the podcast for 45 minutes. It's exactly the missing piece that I wanted to hear about how to simplify a revenue stream that I had to serve many people. But I was like trying to figure out how could I hold space and what was the timeline and all this stuff. Anyways, tremendous clarity. So you see, today being such a powerful energy, I went from resistance, I went from really being hard on myself, like, why can't I figure this out? I know what I'm doing, right? Ego, ego, ego. I want to create. I can create it on my own, even though I teach this about co-creation in your business and leading from a very soul-led place. And the soul is really part of oneness. It is a part of the vibration and the energy of oneness. So you don't have to access everything within yourself. And yet there are new levels to it that I am also always learning, of dropping that resistance and also really dropping that focus of like, what is truly success? Like, it's a constant redefining. Success is clarity. Success is intention. Success is, I don't know all the steps, but I'm going to take a step. And sometimes the best step is to surrender it to divine beloved and say, I don't have all the answers. I really want some help. I'd like it to be fun and playful. And it was so fun, playful, and cheeky the way that I received the information, because not even 60 minutes later, there it is on a fun podcast. I loved listening to the two ladies talk. And also I was just in such a state of non-resistance in that spot, in that moment, because I had really surrendered it or up-rendered it, right? I let go and said, I'm willing to see more than my narrow point of view and focus. And because of that, I got the clarity that's been eluding me for weeks and months, right? So when you are creating and when you are manifesting, if you don't have all the answers, let it go. See what you call in. Really give yourself a moment today to be intentional about, this is what I know, what I want. This is what I know that I want it to feel like. I don't know all the answers. That's okay too. And really just play in it as if you're planning a trip. Ooh, what could this be like? What could this be like? Or if you're so like, I was frankly pissed off at myself, like, this again, frustration. Just let it go. Let it go. Play with the bits that feel good. Allow yourself to feel whatever you need to feel. Drop that state of resistance and see what comes in for you within the next 24 hours. That's my invitation to you. Because if you stop and do this work and take the time to do it, I promise you, it will change things for you in a dramatic like way that is so fun. That is so, it's just like this loving energy of knowing you're not alone. You don't have to do it all alone. There's contrast. There's going to be bits that feel good and there's going to be bits that don't feel good. It all leads to the roads of clarity. And when you're not clear, it's okay to say, I don't know, and offer that up. 1, do the exercise. 2, I'm inviting you to slide into my DMs or hop on a clarity call with me. I have 2 ways that I can personally provide and help guide you to not only your own clarity, but to invite in also this co-creation and energy of knowing you don't have to do it all alone, that you can get the support that you need, that this is an important time. What you are declaring for yourself right now is for your highest good. It's for your pleasure, your enjoyment. Sometimes the enjoyment is just dropping that frustration, dropping that contrast, and saying, I am done wrestling with this. I want some clarity. Slide into my DMs, hop on a clarity call. There are 2 ways that you can work with me. One is through an intensive. That is a 1-day, like half-day experience where we work and play with what is coming up for you, what you actually want to call in and create, including manifestation in your business from a very soul-centered place. It is here. It is all here for you. It's for your pleasure. It's for your enjoyment. It is a legacy you're leaving. What is the legacy that you want to leave? And really, we get to play. It's like planning that trip. And you get to do it with a trusted advisor, which is me. And I'd love to guide you on that journey. This is especially for you. If you are a woman in business, you consider yourself someone that has a very heart-centered business. You are service-based. You are creative. You are spiritual to some degree. You just believe in a higher power. There's that faith piece there, and you want to experience more play, enjoyment, ease and flow in your business. Please feel free, slide into the DMs or hop on a call. The second way you can work with me is I have a couple of coaching slots open right now, and that is a weekly accountability and also having that support system for you to really gain clarity on what matters to you and how to choose ways that are in flow with you and not in resistance on a weekly basis, starting at a 3-month package. I hope you have found today's live helpful. If you're catching the replay, please do #replay. And if you have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the comments or again, slide into my DMs if you want to book that clarity call. The link is in my profile on the left of this video. And please, please, please take the time and honor yourself, honor what you are here and feeling called in to create and to release so that you can experience your best life, your business on your terms for the remainder of the year and into 2020 and the whole decade beyond. I'm so excited for all of us. This is such an amazing time to create, to call in, to devote our time, attention to living our best lives and being of service to others in a way that is without stress and sacrifice. So thank you so much for joining me. I shall chat with you all later. Have a marvelous day. Take care. Bye.